Guys, hello! Look what a nice book we are going to read today.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The story is called The Emperor's Nightingale. But let me ask you first, what country does the story take place?
Japan, Vietnam, China.
Right you are. And what is a nightingale?
Oh, I know. It's a bird that is famous for its beautiful singing.
Yeah, and it's usually heard at night. And these birds live in many countries, but today's story happened in China.
Okay, so let's start reading. The Emperor's Nightingale. Once upon a time, there was a Chinese emperor whose palace was one of the most magnificent in the world. The palace was surrounded by the beautiful park full of charming flowers. On the branch of the ancient tree, there was a nest of a nightingale whose singing was magical. The bird's singing was so pleasant that the emperor's gardeners couldn't resist and stopped working just to listen to it. Many visitors from all over the world came to the emperor's park and were amazed by the glorious view. When they heard the nightingale, they only exclaimed, "What a wonderful song!"
Wow! So beautiful pictures. This news reached the ears of the emperor himself. He flew in a rage and demanded to take this creature to the palace. In a flash, his servants rushed to the ancient tree, ready to catch and bring the magical bird to the emperor's hall. Very soon, a cage with a little grey bird was placed in front of him, and the playing creature started to sing. The song of the nightingale was so sweet that our emperor burst into tears immediately. The bird's voice touched everyone's heart, and the nightingale became a star. All citizens only talked about the magical bird, and he became the main sight of the country. Look at this beautiful pictures.
Oh, yes,
It's really beautiful. This emperor.
One day the emperor received a big parcel with a mechanical nightingale inside. It sounded like a real nightingale and was covered with diamonds, rubies and sapphires. The emperor decided to compare which of them was better, but the duet sounded quite wrong because the real nightingale fell from natural inspiration and couldn't match the artificial toy. The mechanical bird could sing for many hours without becoming a bit tired. The silly emperor chose a toy and ordered to chase the real nightingale away. Every day the emperor enjoyed listening to wonderful songs. He couldn't imagine his evening before going to bed without these concerts. One evening, listening to his favorite song, he suddenly heard some crack and his beloved bird stopped to sing forever.
After this terrible event, the emperor's life changed completely. He couldn't sleep and eat. He even fell ill and was going to die. The old emperor lay ill and cold in his bed. He opened his eyes and saw the death. The frightened emperor understood that this was his end. Then he suddenly heard a delightful song.
It was a little nightingale from the park who sat trilling on a branch. The nice creature sang so beautifully that in a flash the emperor forgot about his death and illness completely. The old man was full of energy. The happy emperor burst into tears, but they were tears of happiness and pleasure. The grateful emperor understood his mistake and asked the bird to forgive him. The kind bird only wanted to make people happy, singing her songs, and the emperor's tears of happiness were the main reward. The clear nightingale promised to visit his friend, emperor, and sing to him about good and evil things, about everything what happened in his empire. A moment later, a courtiers and servants came to see the emperor for the last time. You can imagine how they were surprised when the emperor sat up and wished them to have a good day. Look at the picture.
The story?
Awesome.
Amazing.
So, who knows the moral of the story?
I guess.
Reality is better than the artificial.
All right, we can have a good lesson from the story.
Yes, the first one. Good friends will be with you always, whatever happens.
The second one is true. Friendship is forgiving.
And one proverb comes to my mind. All is well that ends well.
So, did you enjoy the story?
Yes! See you next time!